Welcome back to Fast Freddy Rocks Youngstown. I'm your host, Fast Freddy. My voice is way higher and squeaky compared to what it normally is.
A lot less booze and drugs.
Way less cool rings.
Yes, so much less cooler. Dude, Fast Freddy, we've met him a couple times. He's like the coolest dude ever.
He is exactly, well, he is the most authentically him. Like what you hear on the radio is what he's like in person.
100%.
There is no difference. Like I dress it up a little bit. Luke dresses it up a little bit. I mean, Fast Freddy is Fast Freddy.
Do you remember we were at, it was like, what was it?
Magic Tree.
The Magic Tree for something with Joe.
Yeah.
And we were drinking.
Yeah.
And then the next thing you know, he's like, you guys want to do some shots?
Hell yeah, I want to do some shots with Fast Freddy.
So then he does some shots. And I'm like, what's next? Cocaine? And he looks at me, he's like, I mean, I'm like, nah, I'm just kidding.
He said something along the lines of back in the day.
Yeah,
back in the day.
You know, like, wow. I mean, could you imagine the amount of people he's partied with?
Oh, I know. And he's like royalty. So when you go out to a place, everybody knows him.
Yeah.
And they
Is
just
he known,
deliver him food and drinks the whole time he's there.
Is he like Youngstown famous, or is he like bigger than just Youngstown, or is he pretty much Youngstown?
His connections, being part of the rock scene, like he's all over. Like if you're like, I need an interview with blah blah blah, he's like, I know a guy.
Really,
and he's that kind of guy. Oh, absolutely.
I mean, you gotta realize he was like
legendary
in the 90s and 2000s.
Yeah,
I mean, is that fair? 90s and 2000s. Let him. It was Fast Freddy. Who was the other guy? Viking Jim. Right. We were
Viking Jim's pretty chill. That I met him a couple to the radio. I've never met him.
He's flipping out a little bit. Like
why?
Just because Mo Ray and Viking Jim are suffering from the same pressures right now.
Yeah,
they're watching the world decompose. It's irritating them, and what is usually a soft-spoken Viking Jim is now really lashing out at what things are in politics.
Who was he with? He was with one of the talk guys, wasn't he? At one point,
he was with KBN and Ron Verb for the longest time.
He was Ron Verb's caller guy.
After Shekelhoff, it was Viking.
Yeah, because Viking Jim, when Ron Verb and the old timers would go off the rails, I remember listening and being like, yeah, Viking Jim sounds way more reasonable to me.
For sure.
Yeah, like he's cool, calm, collected. The other thing he always said was, Viking Jim said, when the left was complaining about Skinnerd and how they would have the Confederate flag behind them, he'd be like, I don't think of the Confederate flag as slavery. I think of the Confederate flag as Lynyrd Skynyrd and rock and roll. Like that's what I remember him thinking or saying that. And I was like, that's so true.
Do you think of that Confederate flag as racist?
The thing is, though, like the Confederacy was only here for like 3 or 4 years. And everybody acts like the Deep South is all about the Confederate. Like it was 3 freaking years. It was less time than here to COVID. So it's like, what are you talking about? Deep roots in the Confederate? Like, shut up. What are you talking about?
Well, as kids, it was the rebel flag, not the Confederate flag.
Right.
And you had the Duke boys that would slide over the hood.
Look at the Duke's hazard, man.
It's always meant like pushing against the status quo and pushing against the man.
Well, look at Crestview. You know Crestview Rebels?
Right. Yeah.
They have a freaking Confederate flag and all their stuff. At least they used to. I don't know if they do it
anymore.
Not
as much, but they have the hat and the swords of the Confederacy.
They don't have because they used to hang the flags up and stuff.
But like, I think if you look at, so go back in history, what did the Confederacy stand for? It stood for, and if you look at the Civil War, the cool things about the South, obviously take the good and the bad. Slavery is bad. I'm not condoning slavery. I took my best friend.
Here comes the, you guys are racist.
Right.
Here it comes.
Jackson just pulled his sword.
Let me make it abundantly clear.
Here it comes.
Yesterday was MLK Day.
Yeah.
I took my black friend out to steak dinner, as I have done for the past 10 years. It was awesome because we're sitting down at dinner and we're at the bar at the local Texas Roadhouse, and the bartender's like, she's like, hey guys, she's like, hey guys, I'm like, yeah, it's our 10-year anniversary. Me and my man's here. Can you take a picture of us? And she's like, oh yeah, sure, no problem. And then I was like, yeah. 10 years of taking my black friend out to steak dinner on MLK Day. And she goes, and she like covers her face. She's like, I thought you were going in a different route there for a second. And O'Keel went along with it. And I was like, how could you ever get that confused? She's like, well, I thought that, I was like, we were gay. I was like, and she's like, yes. And I was like, I would totally be the big spoon, but no, we were both straight. And O'Keel's like, I'm fine with being spoon, but no. So Let me just get that out of the way. Me and O'Keel went to steak dinner. But the cool thing about the Confederacy was, which we could use a little bit of right now, is the powers that the South wanted were with the states, not the national level. So during these wars or during the Civil War in these different states, did you know that every state or every area had their own armies? Yes. They had their own flags. They had their own representation, and they showed up in their own cool uniforms.
They wanted less government, because the government
was, wanted less national power and more shifted to the state power.
Yeah.
Which we could use a little bit of that right now.
Yeah.
Not so much national power telling ICE showing up and saying, hey, we're in charge now. I don't know. The South sounds an awful lot like Democrats right now. But
careful.
Right.
Now you're going to get called
yeah.
This week again, this weekend we've been called left.
Right.
I voted for nothing but right people. I voted for nothing but left. Like, it's unbelievable.
Right.
Yeah. But if you take the Civil War and you only reduce it down to the racial component, you're missing all of the history of what we were fighting at the time was not just slavery.
No. Slavery was almost like secondary.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
But that's how the textbooks teach it.
Right.
That's how teachers, present it.
That's how someone from the Andrew Jackson party would present it.
Yeah.
Right.
Don't look at this thing over here.
Right.
This thing, no.
But no,
this one.
History is written by the victors, and the victors want to say, hey, we don't want the states to have we want to be a United States of America, and we want the national government to be the best thing.
Limp Diskit on YouTube. Limp Diskit on YouTube says left wing, right wing, no difference, same dirty bird. Dude, I've said that for years.
No kidding, man. Limp Diskit says you're a racist.
Racist spelled R-A-Y-C-Y.
Mr. Slave voice.
Yeah. It's the SpongeBob up lowercase, uppercase, lowercase, uppercase. That's what that is. You're a racist.
Can we hop on something real fast? And again,
what are we hopping on, Luke?
Well, we're gonna hop on some Limp Diskit. Greenland. I want to talk about
I wanted to talk about it too. We're friends today.
Okay, Joe, let's hear how it's a wonderful thing that we take over Greenland. Go ahead.
No, I guarantee I know what Joe's going to say. Go ahead, Joe. Because I think I heard the same thing.
Come on.
Militarily, we should have it because that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life.
Way more to it than you think.
It's the dumbest thing ever.
And you guys in real estate, this is a huge benefit. Huge benefit.
It's going to be like something like Lex Luthor and Superman where we
get
like beachfront property.
No, you say your thing first, and then I will say mine.
So this is Miller. What I'm hearing. Okay, this is just so much spewing on Facebook.
What are you hearing?
Denmark and Trump.
The whole Peace Prize thing?
No.
Okay.
They're working together.
Yes.
Okay.
Am I on?
Well, we'll get there.
Let me keep going. Okay?
We'll get there.
They're working together, okay, to increase the military presence of the USA there. Because in Greenland.
Okay.
Because they are worried about the Chinese and the Russians, because the Russians are currently in a long drawn out battle, right? And are not getting anywhere with it, and they're becoming desperate.
Who and who? I'm sorry.
The Russians are getting desperate.
In fighting who?
In fighting Ukraine.
Okay.
They're losing that war, right?
Okay.
So they're going to start pushing more and more and more to support their war and support themselves because they're desperate and stuff like that, right?
Okay.
They're saying subs are heading to Venezuela right now. Military's heading to Venezuela from Russia because that was where a lot of their oil was coming from.
Okay.
And then Greenland is a key strategic point if they were to press the United States and Europe. And Russia wants that.
So Russia wants Greenland.
Cusp, man.
Was I close? Did I lose it right at the end? I think I kind of my ADHD when I was listening to it kind of kicked
in. Okay. So what else, Joe? What else?
What do you got? I was close, right?
Absolutely.
All right.
So this spans all the way from Civil War all the way through World War II and the relationship between the imperialist British and how they.
That wasn't that far deep.
Okay.
All
right, let's hear it.
I'm just saying my thing had nothing to do with imperial Britain.
Like Europe is friend or foe? Do you think they're allied? Do you think they're total friends? They're totally looking out for us? Or do you think they're a little bit enemy?
I think they're the friends you have where it's like, Yeah, we're friends, but we're really not friends.
I feel like our relationship is we're the rich friend with all the cool stuff. And they're kind of there, like, yeah, we'll be your friends.
Right.
And then the second they get to stab us in the back, they will. So what's the best thing you can do in that situation as a friend that has more things than your other friends that are taking advantage of you? Take a goddamn step back.
Yes. Yeah. You guys are both on the cusp of this. You're so close.
Okay, go ahead, Joe. What you got?
And so like this was sort of the United States has always been positioned against imperialist control. You have we feared Britain as someone who wouldn't militarily attack us, but would use their positions and their power structures in Europe to be able to take advantage of us and our wealth and our minerals and whatever. Right. And they've been doing this in 1930s. The United States put together sort of like it was called like Red Plan or something like that. And that was staging defenses against Europe from taking advantage of the United States and being able to push back non-militarily against assets that they were using against us. So the three pillars of this where Europe is using against us is number one, real estate. Okay. They're using huge institutions that are buying up properties. Now, when you think of an imperialist or something that's a monarchy, their deal is that they want to create serfs amongst the colonialists.
Right.
And you think like old wars die and there isn't generations that hate the fact that we broke away from England and take that kind of personal and want to really, not enslave, but really control the U.S. colonies still. Okay. So you have big institutions that are buying up real estate in the United States. So Trump's first punch on that was to go after those big institutions and limit their exposure so they can't buy so much of the real estate and turn all of America in just renters. Okay. So if you took these big institutions that own, hundreds of thousands of properties and then turn that back over where they have to sell it back into the economy where you have, I own my house kind of a philosophy. What's that do for you guys if all of a sudden you had massive supply hit the marketplace?
So we'd have a lot.
The price of houses would come down. The market would shift.
Crash type of come down or just come down to natural levels?
Well, it's so limited, it would come down to national.
It would come down to national levels, but we would be freaking busy.
Yeah. Most of those institutional investors, they don't care what it costs. So they're able to outbid all your normal families who are just trying to get a good price.
So why does this have to do with us taking Greenland? So it plays a key role in that because they have three pillars that they're using to attack the United States' economy, using healthcare, using the military complex, and using real estate. Okay. So that's the new war. That's instead of ships and cannons, they're using those three weapons against the United States. So Greenland geographically is situated directly between Canada and Europe.
When you look at a map, to interrupt you, when you look at a map, right? And I think of in my head, I think of Greenland like being way up there,
right,
to the north, you know what I mean, away from everything.
But the map is a globe.
It's because it's a globe and it's spread out. It's the same thing
it's a middle.
Dude, it's 30 miles from Canada and not that far from Europe.
Yeah.
It's crazy when you really look at it.
But Europe has control of Greenland and they're running it like part of the monarchy where the people who live there, they don't have the ability to buy houses and set their own economic policy, defend themselves anything.
It's basically Denmark.
Yeah, exactly right. So it's an extension of Europe out towards the West. So dominating the West is part of the colonialization.
What's funny is Denmark. I watched a bunch of stuff.
What up, CD?
Yeah, what's up? I watched a couple stuff. Whenever stuff like this pops, it's I don't know a lot about Greenland. Let's learn, right? Denmark still, like you said, 100% controls them. They have their own little government and stuff like that. And there's 30,000.
Totally fake.
Totally, yeah, right. Exactly. It's 100% fake.
Yeah.
And Denmark has total control of that place. And it sounds like Greenland wants to get away from them, and Denmark won't let them.
Yeah, because that is their staging point. It's right near Canada and all the West West assets. Go ahead.
Why do we have to go? It's not a good look. You're making us seem imperialistic in terms of, hey, we want that. And hey, we're going to take that. We're going to set up bases there. We're going to make, like, I feel like the Republicans and the right are able to, in the war-bound Republicans, the old school Republicans that want to go to war and want to spread out strategically and take more land, went to Trump and were like, hey, bud, that guy over there, Denmark, they own Greenland. They didn't give you the peace prize, and they were talking shit. They were talking shit. Don't you want to go do something to them? Don't you want to go start something? And he's like, they were saying bad things about Donald J. Trump. Like, what? We're gonna do something. It's like, dude. It's like, don't you? Why are you doing that? Why are we doing this? The libertarian in me is like, what are we doing?
Yeah,
why?
Yeah.
Why? I don't care about, like, the world isn't. We need this land for strategy. We have freaking planes. We have super crazy technology that can get us to Russia, no problem. What are we doing?
Here's what I think Trump's doing. Trump has done this repeatedly now. Okay. He always overdoes it. And I think it's intentional. You know, and I know everybody thinks he's an idiot and stuff like that. He overdoes everything he says. Hold on. Right. He really wants to put more bases on Greenland, right? I don't think he wants Greenland. I think realistically, right? I may be totally wrong and we might take over Greenland, but this is my thought. So he says, I'm going to take it over. I'm going to take it over. We're going to go in there knowing he could if he wanted to. And everybody knows he could do it if he wanted to, right? He does that and says that. And then Denmark's like, whoa. Why don't we talk and we'll get you some more military bases? And then that way more military bases pop up. Everybody's
but
that's
all great and dandy or whatever in your strategy. But the problem is, then I see people on social media and comment sections like, the United States is doing this, they're imperialistic, and as Europeans, this is wrong. You're overstepping. You're doing this, and you're pissing people off. And I don't like.
He doesn't.
Here's
care about that. That's for sure.
Like we talked about, in terms of the United States and the relationship we have with Europe. They always want our protection. They always want us to use our money to help them do whatever. I am tired of being the friend that everybody always relies on, and then they talk shit about us behind our backs and says, hey, you guys got to do this, you guys got to do that. But oh no, you guys are overstepping here, and we're all going to work against you because, or say that that's bad, and we're going to, but if we ever need you, you guys will be there, right? Like, no, take a step back. Let's hunker down as a country. Stop screwing with everybody else. And if they need us, we will be your mercenary, because we have all of our goddamn tax dollars go towards our military. If you need us to blow somebody up, you're going to pay down our debt. I'm so tired of taking care of everybody and then them talking shit.
Yeah.
Like we're the bad guys. We're the mean person, the big bully on the block. Well, okay, fine. F you guys. I'm going home and I'm going to work on our healthcare system and so that our people have cheaper fuel and we have everything's more affordable for our people. And hey, the average millennial can't afford to buy a house right now. Let's focus on that in the American dream and building ourselves up. And if somebody needs us, they can pay for it.
Well, and that's why NATO is a component of this. I think what you guys are arguing is a superficial argument. It's not really what's happening.
Okay, what's happening?
And I think like you saw NATO dispatch troops from like Germany to be able to defend Greenland from the United States, whatever. And I don't think we want bases there. I don't think we want to take it over.
What do we want?
What's that?
What do we want then?
We're using this as a leverage point against Europe to be able to break the strongholds with the military, with NATO, and the the contractors that use government money to be able to fluff up their bottom line and whatever. So they're raking us over on military spending, they're raking us over on healthcare, and they're raking us over.
So
on
you think they're using this as a tool to get us farther away 100%. From NATO?
Yeah,
farther away from NATO and Europe.
Disjoin NATO, break that control, because the institution is a money making scheme rather than a protect the members scheme.
But you don't think the way we're going about it is wrong in a way that it makes us like they're going to be, by the time all is said and done, we've broken up, they're going to be so goddamn pissed at us.
Well, how would you do it?
I don't know.
Greenland is a really good in.
So it's like breaking up with a girlfriend.
Right.
Okay.
Okay. Hey,
Europe's
let's
a
go
girlfriend.
cheat on the broad at the bar.
So you have two different approaches to breaking up with a girlfriend.
Right. Yes.
You could do it the nice way,
right,
and be like, "Honey, it's not you. It's me."
Yeah.
Right? It's not you, it's me, honey. Or you could say, "You're a dirty whore. I don't want anything to do. Then go sleep with somebody else." Right? Or we do the fadeaway method.
Right, that's what I want to do.
That's what Isaac wants.
That's what I want to do.
The fadeaway method with a girl where you're like,
just totally ghost them.
Well, I'm not saying ghost them. It's like NATO calls, we pick up the phone. NATO calls the next day, we don't pick up the phone. And then just slowly work your way back.
Hey, I appreciate everything we've been through, but I really got to work on myself right now because I can't even afford my home. So I'm going to go work on my job. But no, you know what we're doing? There's some not even super attractive girl because she's super cold and she doesn't have any good assets or anything other than oil and minerals. We're like, hey, we're gonna come plant our flag over at that slut at the bar, Greenland, and then we just do it, and then the other people are like, wow, that guy's a super bad person. He's not good at all.
Look at him. He's going after the ugly chick.
Yeah, he just planted his flag on the ugly girl. He doesn't even care about himself. She's not even that attractive. What are we doing?
Yeah.
Well, reserve your anger about it because I think what's happening right now will be very short-lived. And we'll get into what's really going on very shortly.
Do you think it's a distraction for anything?
Well, no, I don't think
it's because a lot of times you do shit for distractions.
I think it's a means to an end, and Greenland presented the best opportunity to put NATO in a light where we could break up from them by sleeping with the people who.
To be fair, Trump has never liked NATO. Correct? Never.
And it's just like the business side of me is like, okay, what do we have that other people want? We have our consumption. We consume more than any other country because we have money.
Yeah.
And we have military because all of our tax dollars go to our military. So, like, I get the concept of the tariffs. I get it. I understand it. I know in the short term it sucked and the price of everything has gone up, but I get it. We want to weaponize our consumption. I totally understand that. Okay. What I don't understand is if we are a military power that can reach any part of the world with our bombs or whatever, planes, whatever, why don't we just hunker down? And if force people, other countries like Europe, if they need us, you guys have been talking shit. Cool. You don't like us. Cool. But if you need our military might, you're going to pay for it and pay down our debt because I'm tired of taking care of everyone else. And being the police power of the world.
Two things there. You think that our military could be a mercenary where we can be a paid gun to be able to help people with their skirmishes, right?
Yeah.
Is that when I phrase it like
to a degree, yes. But people at this point are seeing Trump do all this stuff and like, yeah, these are the bad guys, obviously. Okay, cool. We're the bad guys. Fine. We're out. We're done. I'm done. We're going to be the good guys. If you need us, cool, call us, but you're going to pay for it. I'm tired of.
I think the concern with doing that again,
mind our own business.
I agree. I agree with that. But the concern is we start minding our own business so much, then you're going to have Russia and China start making moves. That's the problem.
That was the catalyst right there.
That's the
they
problem.
start getting involved in South America.
Yeah.
They mess stuff up economically, and we got to make a move. And
That's
Greenland is the fattest chick at the bar.
Because I do not trust the Chinese.
What if Greenland and Europe's expression through Greenland? What if that was an imperialist move and we're just playing an imperialist move against someone who's trying to, strangle us economically through using that NATO, Europe, Greenland alliance?
So you're saying they're like secretly trying to take it.
That's exactly. It's not a war with cannons. It's a war economically for three pillar industries: military, healthcare, and real estate. And if we break those things up, watch. If I'm right,
what I would advise. What do you think
Trump's going to do?
So he released $200 billion in mortgage-backed securities. Right?
He did.
You
think he's going to?
Oh yeah, absolutely. He said he was going to.
Okay.
Breaking the NATO alliances. All of this is congruent. Giving $2,000 to individuals for health insurance instead of right to health insurance companies.
Right.
And you're going to see a lot of our
But
problems.
what does that have to do with Greenland? I don't understand.
the ownership, NATO is the portion of Greenland where they're going to show that they're going to use an institution that is front loaded by the United States against the United States. And that gives us a great reason to break away from NATO. That's the military industrial part of it.
Why don't we ask the people living on the area that is Greenland what they want to do? Do you guys want to belong? Do you guys want to belong to Denmark, or do you want to be your own thing? Or do you want to be a part of the United States? Why don't we just a little bit of marketing research and ask them what they want to do?
I don't think they want to be part of the U.S.
I am
cool. Then we get the hell out of there, mind our own damn business, and say whatever. Good luck. You need us, you can pay us.
But you ask anybody who's under control of Denmark that don't have a national identity, that are restricted by what is, pushed on them, they're all going to say we'd rather be
that joke. Quite honestly, doesn't sound like it's our problem.
Okay,
doesn't sound like it's our problem.
I think this goes back. There's more to it. Goes back to freaking the China and Russia. But
yes, I agree. But you piss off the EU enough. You piss off NATO enough. Okay. Then Russia comes to attack Alaska, and they're like, "Well, you guys are a bunch of shitheads. Screw you."
Russia couldn't attack us. I don't think.
Right? Themselves. They wouldn't.
The Ukrainian thing has a wedge of NATO in there.
Cool. That doesn't sound like our problem. That, like, Ukraine, yes, it sucks you're being attacked. That's you. You want us to help? Okay, cool. Yeah, we'll come help. Yeah, sure. How much money you got?
You would be Europe. Like a bounty hunter.
Hey, Europe. Yeah, Ukraine's getting attacked. You better figure that out, guys.
Like a bouncer. You want to be like a
you guys better figure that out. But aren't you guys going to come help us? You're the police of the world. Like, come on. Cool, yeah, sure, we'll help you. We got a really cool military. How much money you guys got?
I got my credit card reader
right
here.
Yeah. Hey, oh no, but you guys should help. Well, what happened to we're imperialist, all this crazy stuff. You want us to help? Yeah, sure. Pay down our debt. I'm tired. I'm so tired of helping everyone and them not appreciating it.
We're very underappreciated.
We should we're the big mean older brother.
I was going to say, there's a lot of little brother coming out in Isaac right now. Can you tell he's the fourth?
So tired
of four
right now. Not being appreciated.
I'm tired of not being
doing everything for everybody, and everybody then talking crap. We should mind our own damn business. Focus on ourselves. And this sounds awfully familiar to when Trump was running, and he said, no more wars. We're going to end wars. We're going to focus on America first. What are we doing?
I don't know.
And hey, Jerry, I'm not in the mood right now. I say we trade the MLO podcast for something of value. Yeah, turn us off. I'm going to mind my own business. You don't want to watch us. Turn off the phone or whatever device you're watching us on right now and live your life.
I think Jerry was kidding.
I don't care, Jerry.
Listen, Jerry,
I'm in a mood.
It's this time of the month for Isaac right now. You got to just let him vent. But I don't disagree with you. I'm just giving you an observation of what the big game looks like.
Sean says, don't we have a military agreement with Greenland? But it seems like all he wants is the resources that Greenland has in it because we couldn't get it through Canada, and Ukraine is all about minerals. Do you think they really want?
That's going to be a benefit, but that's not the purpose of it. I mean, yes, they have minerals and resources that they can use, just like Venezuela, to be able to run their own government without the influence of the UK, but I don't think that's our primary goal.
The thing is, he tried the tariff route, and I feel like now, he wants more, and he's going a different route, which is, hey, we can work with these countries, we can take over, we can say we're going to take over this. But at what point will the right? How far does Trump have to go before conservatives are like, this guy is kind of a dick?
Oh, I think they're getting there now.
You know what I mean? This guy's kind of a dick, and he's putting us in positions where he makes us look bad.
I think they already think that, and they have always thought that. However, their base and voters don't. You know what I'm saying? And I think it's the same thing where it's like they buddy up with him. They don't like him. They don't agree with everything he says, but they have to because they want to get reelected because their base is
which goes back to the tribalism of politics and why that's ridiculous.
Yep.
Well, fortunately, the window for him to get this done is very short before the midterms. If this is still in flux, he's going to just bloodbath as far as
I think it's going to be a bloodbath anyways.
But if this is effective and the story gets played out like I'm suggesting, it's going to be a huge win for the U.S. economy.
Isaac, do you really believe that the U.S. can win an isolationist in this world? I don't. So here's Julie. Here's the thing. I don't think we will be isolationists. I don't want to be isolationists. You kind of said you did want to be an isolation.
What I want to do with our friendship of the world is reassess the relationship. We are the friend that has a lot of good things, and we take care of everybody in the friend group. But all of the friends know that and take advantage of us. I want to have a meeting and say, listen, I'm going to do my own thing for a minute. Okay. I'm going to take a step back. I am going to do my own thing, work on my people, my relationship with my family. I'm going to work on lowering taxes for our people. I'm going to work on making things more affordable. I'm going to work on quality of life for our people. I'm going to do that for a couple years. You guys need me, I'm here. But if you need me militarily, we will negotiate, and it will be on my terms.
We'll be involved, but it has to be better negotiated.
Yes, we have a massive debt problem right now. You are going to help us pay down our debt because our military is so big and has been for so long because we take care of all of you scrubs. So we're going to take a step back. If you need us, we're here. Call us. But it's going to be on our terms because I'm tired of you, EU, calling us imperialist and everybody else around the world calling us imperialist and saying we're the bad guys. You know, I don't want to be imperialist. I don't want to go take Greenland. I don't want to do any of these things. And we're going to take a step back. You need us, call us, but it's going to be on our terms. That is not isolationist. That is reassessing the arrangement that we have with our friends.
You almost want to say, okay, fine. You want to bitch about us? Fine. Bitch about us. Let us know when you need us. Just take a step. Like, go ahead.
Yeah.
Do your thing. Yeah. And we'll be here when you need us.
It's like, okay, we're pieces of shit. You're right. We are pieces of shit. Call us when you need us. Right. And then we can talk about how we're giant pieces of shit again.
Back to the girlfriend thing. Girlfriends like, you know, I've been having some problem. Okay. Hey, go ahead. Go do your thing. Call me when you need me. Knowing they're going to come.
You're like, hey, it's like that meme. Did you see where the guy, he's playing video games and the girl comes up to him and is like, hey, can you take out the trash? Yeah, sure. Give me 1 second. She's like, I'll do it myself. Fine. Dude, you're such a piece of shit. You don't do anything all day. You're playing video games. Okay. Yeah. Cool. We're going to, look at this beautiful house we're living in that I've given you. Everything that I've given you. Okay. Everything that I do.
This sounds like dude, there's a lot of, this is like Isaac playing video games.
My wife is absolutely wonderful and I love her dearly and she's so great and she's very appreciative of everything.
Joe and I just pictured that totally happening. That 100% happened.
My wife is absolutely fabulous. It's just, you're unappreciative in this relationship. I am the friend that takes care of you and you guys are freaking spoiled brats. That's what it's become. So we just need to mind our own business and then let them come back. We are going to teach the other countries. We're gonna. It's like training a dog. Let us be. You know, that's fine. But you need us, call us. But we're gonna renegotiate, and then they'll come back.
So if the end result using this whole Greenland NATO position lowers the cost of healthcare and prescription drugs, lowers real estate, and then takes money out that we were spending to do international diplomacy through NATO, if that all comes down and it overall helps the United States economy, would that be, even if it was messy, would not be justified?
At what cost?
What? Give me the cost.
The cost is how people view us.
They already view it. They already hate us. They've hated us for 20 years.
It's more than that. Pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing. Eventually, something's got to give on the look of optics of the United States compared to the rest of the world.
But nobody likes us already.
Yeah, we still have the power to be able to pull this off. But you take us 10 years in the future, the British put taxes on the colonies to weaken them financially so they couldn't stand on their own.
And then what did we do?
And we pushed back and we broke away
How did we
from
push
the
back?
colonies with military.
We're gonna take over
not
England
with
next?
military.
Not
We said, hey, here's your F&T back. Come and get it if you want our taxes.
That was
okay. What's that sound like? That doesn't sound like we're going to them. That sounds like, hey, come get it. And then they tried, and then
that's what I'm saying. We're in a power position. So if we back away from that NATO table, assuming that they can do it on their own without our contribution into NATO,
I'm so tired of playing goddamn Monopoly with these people that are ganging up on us. I'm flipping the goddamn table, walking out of the room.
Yeah,
that's where we're at.
Do you have a lot of coffee?
Yeah, I had so much coffee. I'm actually not gonna lie, everybody. I'm in a great mood today. I'm in a great mood.
Jerry said Isaac has turned into Luke all of a sudden.
I'm very caffeinated.
Wow, looking for some levity. Wow, you just you want friendship in the world, but you just said to a friend to not follow the podcast. I hope you have a better day. You hurt Jerry's feelings.
See,
I'm
Jerry's
sorry for hurting your feelings,
reasonable
Jerry.
and a good dude, and you
just hurt his feelings.
He said he wants to trade us for something of value. That is saying that we don't have value. I think I have plenty of value, which in turn, Jerry, I'm stepping away from the table. I'm stepping away from the table.
Step away from this podcast table.
And if you want to talk, it can be on my terms later.
Jeez, I'm pretty sure Trump is doing this on purpose to get NATO to station troops there to protect Greenland from being taken by China and Russia. And if this is the case, it's pretty smart because now all the other countries have to spend money to keep the military there instead of the U.S.
It's like the autistic kid, right?
Oh, jeez.
That is very, very smart. That's very, very smart, but doesn't know how to communicate efficiently.
Trump.
That's the vibe I'm getting from Trump. Like, hey, I get that you're a genius. I get that you know everything and all of your followers think you know everything. But why are you such a prick all the time? Like, well, it's just in his nature. No, that's bullshit. Don't be a dick.
Fair. No, I think he's a terrible. His presentation is terrible.
Like, okay, I get you guys think he's a genius. I get everything he does is perfect, but the way he's going about it is stupid sometimes. Some of the things he says are stupid sometimes.
I would like to bring you back to Venezuela where he said, we're going to run it for now. That was the worst thing you could possibly say.
Or hey,
when he said that, I mean, we're going to run it.
The director,
seriously, dude?
The director that got stabbed by his own child, and then he's saying this guy's a dick, all this stuff, after he was murdered by his own son.
Yeah, that was crazy.
And like, he's a genius. Like that's the right thing to say in that time period.
Looks like we're going to be we're going to be leftist this week.
Yeah, we're leftists this week. Whatever. That's not okay. Like, hey, Republicans, can we agree that that's not right? Conservatives that love everything to Trump.
BJ.
Like, he's a genius. It was a stab at Hollywood because he wanted to say that so that Hollywood doesn't like him anymore so that we can change. Like, no, it's just the wrong thing to say.
BJ, can you clip this part and post this part later so then that way we can get a clip of us being leftist nut jobs?
Do you have a fun topic? Because let's get him out of this.
Jeez, Obama was a silver-tongued devil, do-nothing president.
Oh, so that's the thing. I want both. If you talk like Obama and present like Obama, but are I don't know.
Trump's not presidential. Like when I say presidential, he's not presidential, and that's why he got elected. That's 100% why he got elected. You understand that, right?
I understand that.
That's why he got elected
for sure. But
because people wanted something.
Now
different.
You're doing too much, though, bro. You're doing too much.
Trump is playing chess and setting up his next move. Do you think we can take Greenland and surround Canada? He'll be after that next. Alaska, dude. I would love to have Canada, just so I can go fishing.
It's like you're playing chess with a kid, and he plays his move, and it's like,
what are you doing?
You're like, why the hell would you do that? He's like, it's all part of the plan, and you're like, that reeks of bullshit.
And then 3 moves later,
and then it works out, and you're like, God damn.
What?
But then he's like, lucky. You got lucky.
And then he's like, yeah, I meant to do that the whole time. No, you didn't. Shut up. Like, no, you didn't mean to do that. You're just being stupid. You didn't mean to do that.
Let's see what else we piss Isaac about. Let's talk about ice.
Okay.
What do you think of ice so far? What do you think of that going on up there?
Okay, so
I'm just gonna let's just ask Isaac questions.
Julie spending
bury him into the ground.
So here's the thing, Julie. I will say I'm going to critique the left here. In Kamala Harris interviews, long form interviews, she said that at the end of the last election, or at the end of the last election, both teams, both of your stupid political parties were both saying we need to do something about immigration. There's too many people coming across the border. Both teams agreed with that. So you have to do something. Okay. I don't think making a game out of going into towns where you're not wanted, wrangling up everybody, and then deciding and figuring out if they're legally here or not, like taking Mexican-looking people out of their home and then figuring out if they're citizens or not is the right move. I don't think they're doing it the right way in any way, shape, or form, but I do understand that if you're an illegal immigrant, you got to go.
So
to some degree, I think there are some people that have been here so long, you got to give them a way to citizenship. But
here's the problem with this situation now. Okay, it's gotten so out of hand, so much publicity, so much press. If ICE backs out now, if the federal government backs out now, it will set a precedent,
right?
Where you don't like what the federal government's doing, you riot,
right?
And that's what it is. I know everybody's, it's protesting. But if you're blocking traffic, if you're, I saw something of a guy, I think he had a fox hat on. Did you see this? He had like a fox mask on. He's like dancing in the street in front of ICE.
I saw that.
And then ICE just comes over and just tackles this dude. He's like dancing with the radio.
Yeah. Which I think is, they're fine to do that. But,
and a lot of these videos that you see like ICE beating the shit out of these guys, right?
Well, what led up to that?
Over and over and over.
And the other thing,
so that's the thing. You can't. The government cannot pull out now. They can't. There's no way.
So the thing I don't like, this is the libertarian in me. Okay, you don't like when you get pulled over. You know, even though there are those assholes that are like, here, I'm showing you my ID and I know my rights.
Sovereign citizens.
Sovereign citizens. Okay. Worst. But those are allowed to be, there are rules in place that protect the citizen from the police doing shady stuff. You're allowed to ask for a badge number. You legally have this rule of thumb you're allowed to follow. The police don't cover their face. I think ICE is like a national police where we haven't figured out what the rules and regulations and how far those people can go, ICE can go, and they're pushing it to the limit. And before they started this, they should have established rules and told the people the rules of the game. Like, I don't like that they can cover their face. I don't like that they don't it's listen to them or else you get arrested. Like, there should be rules of the game.
Well, I think there are. There are.
Why are they confused about what rule?
Why are they covering their face? Why are they?
Okay,
that's not like they should. They should have badge numbers. They should. There should be. It should be the same as the police. You should be same.
So the people who oppose ICE are taking the identities of enforcement officers and doxing them, putting them on the internet.
You can do that with police. I can do that with police officers right now after they take their name and badge number. I can do that right now. It's the same thing. That's the rules of the game.
So what do you think police would do if, let's just say, Youngstown PD, we started a doxing strategy? You don't think they'd cover their face to protect their identities so they didn't get their families and their homes intimidated and have violence done on them?
I think that the rights of the citizen is more important, and shame on you for not agreeing with me on this one. The rights of the citizen are more important than the rights of the federal ICE agency. And it should always be viewed from that standpoint.
Vincent says if they weren't breaking laws, they wouldn't be covering their faces. That's not.
They're
not
covering their faces because they are being.
No, I think he's talking about the the people that are rioting covering their face.
Vince, you talk about the people or ICE?
All right. Should protesters be able to cover their face to hide their identity?
Yeah. Yeah.
How? Why?
Because the rights of the citizens are more important than the rights of the government and the federal agencies. So you can cover your face.
Yeah, he said he meant the agents.
The agents. No, so
that's bullshit.
The agents,
sorry, Vince, I don't agree with that at all.
They weren't breaking laws. No, I don't think so. I don't think ICE is breaking laws because I don't think we've established what they can and can't do because they haven't been around that long. So I think that ICE agent that shot that girl is going to totally get away with it and everything because he did get bumped by that car and everything. Do I think it's wrong? Yes. Do I think that the punishment fits the crime? Absolutely not. I don't think she should have been shot. I think they should have taken her license, but I don't think there's enough protocol in place established that they're just pushing as far as they possibly can go. I think that people should be able to cover their face. I think they're little bitches for covering their face. That's what I think. I think you're going to go out there and you're going to do all this crazy shit and you're going to break laws. You shouldn't cover your face. And ICE has every right to take you and say you're breaking laws. But you need to be. I don't think ICE agents should be covering their face.
If your job was was an ICE agent.
Yeah.
Okay. Your job's an ICE agent.
Yeah.
You have kids, you have a family, you have all this stuff, right?
Okay.
And you go do your job,
right? And
you get docs. They know where you live. They can come to your house. They can come where your kids are. They can do that. You'd be covering your face. You would 100% be covering.
I wouldn't take the job.
It's a whole different thing.
What it should be is, listen, you have to cover your face.
Yep.
It's not about you. It's about the citizen. And if you don't want to take the job, don't take the job. But this is what we got to do.
Fair.
And also, it's going to make you more likely to, hey, maybe I shouldn't go out there and be an asshole. Maybe I should try and solve problems without taking people's lives and doing this ridiculous stuff because my face is out there and we're the good guys. We're not the bad guys. Because that's my responsibility in this position of power.
Do you think a lot of this goes back to Trump? Why they don't like ICE?
Well, because he's doing it.
Because he's doing it.
Because ICE has done this forever, and they didn't have tales of people that were protesting when they did investigations. We're just doing a whole lot of it in cities that will react badly because they're sanctuary cities.
How do you guys feel about? So this is the other thing that I debate in my mind all the time. Someone's been here for 50 years illegally. They've established a family. I
think after so long,
had a corner store. They've done all this cool stuff. But then ICE goes in and says, this isn't a legal citizen. We got to take him back. And he has kids who are citizens, all this stuff. How do you feel about those people?
That happened in Youngstown, didn't it? To the store owner guy, right? Yep. Wasn't there a store owner guy that got shipped back somewhere?
The other thing that happens is it's like they did something when they first got here. Like there was something that happened, whether they robbed a place, whatever, but then they got their lives together. And now it's like 50 years later, they're a good dude. Everybody loves them. That happens. People have redemption arcs and then end up being good people with a good family, take care of their community. But then ICE comes in and says, hey, you did this thing back here. Okay. Yeah, I don't care how good you are now. You're not here legally and you got to go. How do you feel about that person?
I honestly think like everybody knows that if you've got status that's a little bit, suspect, that you self-deport is number one. If you don't want to be arrested and sent back, you do it on your own terms.
Okay.
But given an off ramp that if you're like, I know I did wrong, I'm going to check and follow all the rules.
Right.
I'm going to prove that I'm a contributor to society.
Right.
And give me kind of like a
opportunity to prove myself.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So if I skip $20,000 worth of fees that somebody else had to pay, I'll pay my $20,000. If I go to take a test that I should have taken, I'm willing to take the test and give that person a pass to be able to get on the right road.
Yeah. I think you give them like a laundry list of things to do if they can do that. But like, I don't think going and knocking down their door and taking them away from their family is a good look.
Here's a question. It's the pop quiz.
Yeah.
How many people were deported by ICE during 2024 Joe Biden?
Yeah, I know. It's millions. It's millions.
It's not millions. Any idea?
I have no idea. No.
How many people were? Guys, go ahead.
It's not millions.
Cheating, not Googling. How many people were deported in 2024 during Joe Biden by ICE?
I'll say 250,000.
Anybody want to throw it up a number without cheating?
By ICE or just
ICE.
Deportation, investigation, out of here. So it has to be just criminally, because Biden wouldn't have just said
it's not
anybody.
a million. It's not a
million. Just 2024.
Oh, just 2024.
Just 2024. Biden's last year before Trump's.
500,000.
Anybody want to take a guess? Laura John just said 0. 271,000 people.
Really?
So were deported by ICE in 2024.
Yeah, that's not a lot at all. That's
when you take 40 million illegals in the country and you do 250,000 a year, that's going to take several years.
Well, that's not even how many were deported.
That's not even the amount of illegals in like Miami.
No,
right now.
Deported in 2025. 2025 was his by ICE. 2024 was more than Trump's last year in 2019. 2025 was 340,000. So up.
And like I understand the tactic of the left trying to get as many voters here to then swing like I'm not going to act like that doesn't exist like the left does. Like, oh no, we should just put them here tactically in states that are swing states. Like, I know what you're doing.
Right.
Like, there's no reason for that other than trying to throw an election. And like totally denying that is stupid too.
Right.
So like the game can't be rigged.
In California, they have regular illegal immigrants that are discharged from jury duty.
Right.
How does one get on the jury duty list?
Voting.
Register to vote. So if there are illegals that get through a system and get to the point where they vote and they can't even serve on a jury because they're not a citizen,
right?
We got a problem.
Like, and that's just the thing. It's like life is not black and white. As much as the Democrats and the Republicans say it's either right or it's not right, it's like, no, there is a massive gray area in the middle of like, I don't think we should go around barging down doors and removing illegals. I think we should find a way to do it that's not crazy, okay? But I also understand at the same time that if too many illegals are here, it's not good too. It's not just one or the other. So we got to do it. Both sides agreed that we have to do it, but
how about this?
Okay.
How about this? ICE from Minneapolis, St. Paul, okay? St. Paul, Minneapolis, whatever you're good. Removals from Minneapolis per ICE. Obama years, 2012, 2,200. 2013, 2,000. 2014, 1,800. Trump years, 2017, 1,500. 2018, 1,700. That's actually less than Obama. 2019, 1,600.
Yeah.
Biden years, 900. That was 2021 because of COVID, I would assume. 22, 1,200. 23, 1,500. 24, 1,800. 25, 2,000. Like those numbers are steady.
Yep.
Like they're the same. They've been the same for
right.
But like you said, because Trump's doing
years.
it gets huge pushback.
They've been the same for 14 years.
Yep. Okay. So
it's exactly the same.
It's
what's the deal?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it's wrong. That Trump gets pushback for the same amount of numbers that other leaders.
It's just, I mean, it's the same.
Okay, but still doesn't mean that they can't be better at the optics of the situation with ICE. Like, it doesn't mean that dude still should have taken that shot on that girl. It doesn't mean that they should cover their face. It doesn't mean.
Sorry, that's interesting. Jay says, meaning there is a systematic and acceptable way to do it. Trump is making it a show.
Correct.
I don't know if Trump's making it a show or is the media the media
protesters are
a little bit of both.
Into a
little bit of both.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. I don't think weaponizing ICE in order to like we're coming for you and there's nothing you can do about it. Like, I don't think that's the right move. I don't think that's the right play. But if you just say statistically, here's where we're at. There's too many illegals and we need to handle this and we need to have a system and you guys are going to be okay with this because this is the decision we're making, and we're going to do it the right way. Everybody has rights. We're not going to cover our faces. We're not going to be shooting people unless they're actually trying to hurt us. And yes, it's not going to be perfect, but the way we're doing it is not right.
So
currently,
when did this all kick up? Like, when did the press grab this and run with it? Because it's obviously been going on, right? So it's been going on. They've been doing it. And then all of a sudden it's all over our TVs, and then the protesters are coming. Like, when did this?
I agree with Vincent.
When did this pick up? That's my question. Like, why, if this has happened for so long, when did I got to do something? I want to figure this out, because at some point it flipped into a protest and everything else like that, right?
Yeah. They started blocking the detention facilities and getting in the way of cars. Yeah.
What made that happen?
It's a good question.
I don't know. Do you know? I have no clue.
No, because the reaction to that was to send more ICE agents in. But what caused the
initial protest?
Yeah, good question.
I have no idea. It's just all of a sudden, like, and it's funny is in your brain you think, okay, what caused this? I don't know. It's just all of a sudden on your newsfeed that is like that ICE is up there doing this, and then there's protests.
Do you think there's any bit of so for a while there was like, hey, we don't like ICE, we don't want these people deported, and then do you think it put a smile on the leftward-leaning politicians as well as the news media that's super hard left when that lady got shot? Because it's like, this is the fire we needed. Do you think that?
But the protests were already gone before that. Is it back to the Somalians?
No, it was before that. I want to think back into like November when they started flooding more people in because of that, like that big lady who was sitting on the curb and got in front of the ICE vehicle. That whole thing was October, November of last year.
By the way, did you see her? She handled that ICE agent. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Did you see the big lady?
She was rotund.
She was a big lady. And this agent was trying to arrest her. And it's big guy. He could not get her to the ground.
She was like a weeble. She kept.
I didn't see that.
I was like, shit. She has got some freaking core. Like, she's a big girl, but that agent was trying to flip her over, and he couldn't do it. I was like, wow. Can somebody answer me at home? When did this start? Somebody help me out. And I'm gonna go home. This is something I want to get into. But when did this start? Like, what caused this powder keg to go off? You're not typing.
Doing anything, Joe?
Whoa, laggy. We're gonna check right now. I don't know. That's weird. It just kind of popped up in my head now. It's like it's always been there. Like, normally there's like a catalyst, right? There's like,
one event that got
LA in the night, Rodney King, and there's always something.
Early January 2026.
No, it was way before that.
But was it Minnesota, or was it all over? Because I know that the left has hated ICE since the beginning.
Yeah, but it wasn't. I gotta do it. Like, it's not.
We gotta
go back to the comments. Okay, so Jay says, I believe it started in DC. I forgot the operation name. I'll check it out. Yeah, because they were going into different towns first, and it was the left in the cities were complaining about government overstep into those cities because it's like, hey, this is a national organization.
I kind of remember
rates
that.
And stuff like that.
I kind of remember that in Cali.
So it started with that. It was in DC. Jay, I remember that. Yeah. Angelina says, wasn't there 4 or 5 Americans that were killed by ICE before Good was?
I don't know that one. Seattle.
And it's like okay, they were killed, but what's the scenario? Like, if it's just
we're talking
4
about like
and there's thousands and thousands and thousands,
Minneapolis,
millions even of people arrested, what were the scenarios for those 4 people?
Protest.
It wasn't bad until Good got shot because that was
the catalyst there. Yeah, that was
the catalyst.
Yeah,
and
100%. Worse in
Matthew
LA.
says, I missed it.
I kind of remember that.
When did what go off? The ICE initially start.
Everyone's been paying
I first heard
attention,
about Minnesota protests when ICE went into LA in the summer, but I could have been earlier. Angela says, yeah, I agree. It was worse in LA. Everyone's been paying attention to Minneapolis since Tim ran for VP with Harris.
And then you had the Somalian thing, which really brought attention, the daycares. Right. And then it was almost like those daycares happened. And then all of a sudden, all this ICE stuff popped up. In my head is the way it kind of
sounds. So I guess the question would be critical thinking people. If you're rightward leaning, I want you to establish what is too far for ICE.
Well, that's a good question too. What's too far?
If you're conservative,
what's acceptable and what's not?
What's acceptable and what's not?
How
far is too far? Yeah. For ICE? Should they be able to cover their face? I don't think so. Do you think they're allowed to?
I think they should be able to.
Okay. Do you think they should have like a number, like ICE agent 1742, whatever? Like, this guy's doing bad stuff. I want to be able to report him for being a piece of crap.
100%.
Okay. So come up with your list of things that you think are okay.
Please turn it in. Submit it to our messenger.
As homework. Okay.
Homework for Friday.
Left.
That's a great homework assignment.
If you're leftward leaning, what I want you to think about. And you're not allowed to say, no, we abolish ICE and there's no, we want all illegal immigrants here. Like, your team has stated that we need to get a handle of the illegal immigration and we can't have millions of people coming in. Where do you draw the line? How do we stop illegal immigrants? And what should we do? What's our game plan if ICE is reorganized, okay, and we're happy, we're the good guys now? What's that look like? Because it's not just we're deporting everybody and we don't care what the terms are and you guys got to listen to us and it's our way or the highway. And it's not, hey, all the illegal immigrants are cool and let's just all be happy and let people do whatever the hell they want. There's got to be a happy medium.
So if you were in charge and you obviously want ICE to be able to do their legitimate job,
right?
And you want to quell the protests against them. And I don't think you're going to do this reasonably, but what if you were in charge? What would you start doing?
It's going to take a long time because obviously the news, I don't care what you think at home. The news is obviously leftward leaning.
Right.
So,
and they have interest in making it as worse as possible.
Right.
So drumming it up.
You're going to have to start, you're going to have to say, here are the new rules we put in place for ICE agents. We're trying to be better. We don't want to be the bad guys, but they'll never say those words ever. But here's the new rules we're making. Here's the direction we're going. Here you go. If you'd please run this and let everybody know this is what our new rules are. The news will be like, this is terrible, whatever. But you have to get rid of illegal immigrants that are very, very bad, like criminals.
Now, should you
we can argue over where that line is, okay? But you have to get rid of criminals and people that don't belong here. And then the good people that have been here for a long time, here's the laundry list of things you have to do to become an actual citizen. We appreciate you for the things that you have done. We want you to be a citizen and we want you to stay here. You're allowed to leave if you want, but if not, you got to get us these things. And then if you don't do those things, we got to come get you.
Now, let me hit him with this real quick.
I could solve all of the world's problems.
So now the institutions, the protest industry, the people from outside the country or outside the state that funnel organization and money to make the protests be worse than it would be organically.
Right.
Do you regulate that all and try to drive that up? So if somebody's doxing ICE officers and they're doing it on Discord, then you send investigators to arrest those people?
We're trying to do something. It's not cool that you're doing that. And it's criminal and we'll handle it, okay? But I think both sides do that to some degree. I think if it's you want to stir the pot and you want to make the right people mad, there's people out there that are paid to do that. You want to stir the pot and make the leftward leaning people mad, there are people out there that are paid to do that.
Every protester that is in the street, that is blocking traffic, that is throwing shit, that is damaging shit, needs to be arrested immediately.
Yeah. There's a right way to do this. You're not
by ICE, by whoever. 100%.
All right, caller, you're on. Caller.
Hey guys, I just wanted to ask. I think I'm trying to think how to word this. So you guys were talking about where the line is drawn.
Yeah.
For throwing people out, or enacting, whatever immigration.
Throw it. Call it what it is, Matt.
People whenever they're here for too long.
Yeah.
I guess my question is, what line do you guys want to draw for that?
Right. Yeah. That's a solid question, man. Do you want to say your name or no? I've heard your voice before.
It's Matt.
It's Matt.
Oh,
Yeah,
Matt.
it's Matt.
Okay, I didn't. I can't.
He
see the screen.
He called Friday.
Yeah. No, appreciate the call, Matt. So can we ask you first, and then we'll go into it? Where's your line? What do you think?
So I think really it's just when people are here, they're here, right?
Okay.
They're either here, they're either undocumented or they are documented.
Okay.
If they commit a crime, obviously, like if they're undocumented, they commit a crime, take them out.
Yeah.
We don't want people causing problems here that are undocumented, especially if it's violent crime.
Right.
Now, if they just get like a traffic ticket, I don't think that's the same thing.
Right.
You know, but if they're out killing people, obviously, get them out of here. But if they've been here for over a year, just process them. Get them in. Make them a citizen. I don't see an issue with that.
Okay. So, do you think there should be any type of, like, if you process them, you give them a list of things to do. What if they say, I'm not being processed, I'm not playing your game, I'm not following your rules, and you can pound salt?
Well,
what do you think should happen to them then?
No, I mean, if they refuse to go through the process of being a citizen, obviously they can't stay.
Right.
So
I agree.
If they're on some kind of visa, like a worker visa or
Right.
visa, then get them out of here.
My problem with that, Matt, would be if I'm living in a country where I want to get here,
Yeah.
okay, I will figure out a way to cross the border illegally, go underground for a year, and then pop up. So you could have, like, that would be the goal then, right?
Right. If they're a criminal,
So
though,
I guess
if they're
my question is, if you're undocumented, right? How do you prove that you've been here for a whole year?
Yeah, you wouldn't be able to, huh?
You have to be documented, right? Like you have to show evidence.
yeah. So
You're assimilating with society for a year.
I mean,
right. You could crack down. Oh, what both parties said that they were going to do this, crack down on the border and make sure that people aren't getting in. And then if they somehow, if you're really strict about it and they somehow still manage to go underground for a year, get over the border, like, is that, my thing would be, that's kind of on the United States. That's kind of their fault.
but that's urging people to do that then.
Not if you're,
I mean, you have like our brother-in-law got a school visa, right? Or came to school, went to YSU,
got a degree in engineering,
got a job, got a green card. Now he's a citizen. No, he's not a citizen yet. He's still
working on it.
He's working on his citizenship. I mean, that's the way you do it.
Yeah, and that's like a person, like that's a dude who's got an engineering degree. He studied at our school. He's going to help us long term. That's a person that's like,
so there is a path.
We want that person to follow the path and get and come here and be here because that's going to ultimately help society.
Yeah, there is a path. That's interesting.
So
yeah.
I think part of the problem, right, is whenever people come here illegally, they don't do it at randomly. They're not just like, oops,
yeah,
I'm here now.
No.
They do it intentionally.
Right.
So I think, part one, we need to increase the amount of immigration judges at the border. So that way they can process people the legal way.
Right.
Yeah,
right?
That's fair.
And then two,
Can you hear him?
we need to actually use ICE for what they were designed for, which is not what they're doing right now. ICE is just going around, doing random checks on people that aren't even immigrants half the time. They're kidnapping citizens and then doing the checks while they're kidnapped, which is totally wrong.
And I think
they're not being efficient at all. They're just scaring people.
No, yeah, they're scaring people. And the thing is, I think it's become, like I said, it's become that game where they're trying to get numbers up. They're trying to prove their worth, which in almost every industry, when you start doing stuff like that, it's getting gross. And you're doing
well, and they're also provoking
makes you
people.
look bad.
So
Yeah.
I want to give you an example. I have military service, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so one thing that you're trained to do when you're in a different country and you're working either alongside or you're in a civilian populace,
Mm-hmm.
you're not supposed to cover your face and you're not supposed to seem intimidating.
De-escalation.
Because when you do that, you provoke people.
That's a good
There's
point,
no
too.
way to just like make people listen to you. It doesn't work.
Right.
So when you go around cities and there's people that obviously don't like you being there,
Right.
and you provoke them, you're going to get a response you don't like.
That's a
And
good
the
point,
mayor
too.
himself has said, you're not wanted here. Okay.
That's a good point too.
Right.
Like, boy, that is a good point.
But they are not there for the protesters. If you get out of their way, they walk right by you.
Yeah.
They have nothing to do with you. It's the protesters that are putting him in a position.
But if you're going in there and
my
you're
response to that, Joe, is why didn't we just say that in Afghanistan? Hey, if you just don't shoot at us, we'll leave you alone. I don't think it worked.
I think Minnesota is a little different than Afghanistan, but
the point I'm trying to make is when we were overseas, like in Afghanistan, I wasn't there, but when people were overseas in Afghanistan, they didn't just go around waving their guns at random people. I mean, probably some did, right? Because not everyone's perfect, and we did cause problems over there, but we didn't go there to make people dislike us. Like, part of our whole mission was to get people to like us, so will work with us. That should be ICE's mission too.
Right.
And it's not.
The U.S. military strategized in knowing that they're going into areas where people don't like them, and they adjusted the strategy accordingly. Like, I think I saw the video that you're talking about where a military guy was like, hey, we as the military in Afghanistan were held to a standard where we had to de-escalate. No matter what, always de-escalate first. So a car with guys driving towards us, they were a threat, but we had to warn them, hey, we're here. If you keep driving, we're going to shoot at you. And then we had to, even if they kept driving at them, we had to de-escalate. And then until they were an absolute threat and going to shoot at us and try and kill us, then we could attack back. But those
100%,
rules...
Yeah, ICE's ROE, or rules of engagement,
right.
It feels like it doesn't exist.
Right.
And I'm watching them.
Yeah, and
they just sort of do whatever feels like is the right thing to them, and they just do it.
Right.
These are not public-facing agencies. You don't have the FBI or any. They're meant for do criminal investigations. They don't have policy for dealing with your police force.
Yeah.
They're the ones that are trained to deal with the public.
Okay, maybe we should have thought of this stuff before we went into areas where people don't like ICE and don't like what we're trying to do.
Why does that matter? If you had DEA and you sent them to an area to do enforcing distribution and drugs,
do you think they're thinking about it now? Do you think they're thinking about it now? Hey,
are you considering that there's some people not going to like the fact that you're breaking up their drug distribution?
Yes.
Why is the onus on the enforcement agency, not on the people who are trying to obstruct it?
Because I said before, the people are more important than the organization.
You should not expect random people to have standards.
Right.
As a law enforcement officer, you should be held to a higher standard than everybody else in every situation.
Correct.
Well,
and they are. They're not attacking people. They're responding to be attacked by people. Criminals.
They're stopping people in the streets and ripping them out of their car without due process. That is not a higher standard.
Well, cops can do that too, though. Due process comes after. Due process doesn't.
No, it does not. When you're stopped in traffic, you have due process. People check your ID. They say, "Hey, you violated X, law."
If I go out and park my car sideways on Market Street, okay, and I don't get out, and they're telling me to get out of my car, and I don't get out of my car,
and then I try and drive away. What happens?
No, not even talking about driving away.
Well, obviously, if you're breaking the law, you're breaking the law.
Right.
If it's visible,
you go.
that you're breaking the law, but you can't visibly tell someone's citizenship.
I understand that. But I'm just saying we got to make sure we're being right here. Is ICE pulling people out of their cars that are parked on the side of the road, or are they blocking traffic trying to impede them? That's the thing in these videos.
No, but they did find a girl that was trying to get to her doctor's appointment because she had a TBI, and she explained that to them, but they were trying to tell her different things, and when she couldn't decipher what they were telling her, they ripped her out of her car and arrested her.
Which is wrong. Okay.
And that's where due process will take somebody who wasn't involved and they'll release them after the fact. That is due process.
Yeah, that's you don't do due process.
But that's not
in the moment, right? You have
it's a due process. The definition of due process is due process. Like due process is I get arrested and then I go to court.
Yeah,
that's due
they
process.
Have probable cause. They take something further. You prove that.
What he's trying to say, though, what he's trying to say,
your interpretation of due process. Should I expect that whenever I'm interacting with a police officer to get to court every time, or should I stop at the lowest level?
If a police officer is overstepping and is being a dick, what should you do? What do you think you should do?
I mean, I'm not going to go around punching people, right?
Correct.
I'm obviously going to listen to what they're saying and then handle it after with my lawyer.
Yeah.
But the point is it shouldn't ever get there, and we should hold police officers, ICE,
it's going to get there.
To a higher
it's
standard.
going to get there
That's why
sometimes,
people
whether
are
you like it or
protesting.
not, though. It's going to get there sometimes, whether you like it or not, though. And the people have to understand that after the fact they can handle it in court. And a lot of people are like, no, they throw their hands up and they try and fight the cops. And it's like, that's not the right thing to do either.
It always ends bad.
But it always ends bad.
can't do that.
But at the same time, I do agree with you though, man. Like they need to be held to the standard of at least the same as the police, where you can't cover your
So my
face,
question
you have
to
an
you then
ID,
is
and
if
you're
the
not.
state,
listen
in
to
this
police
case,
officers'
is,
commands.
I can't think of her name, but whoever's running ICE right now, if they're not listening
Right,
and they're just doing whatever they think is correct,
right.
how do you hold them to a higher standard?
What's going to happen is the blue wave's going to come in the next election, and it's going to rebound. It's going to ricochet.
But you can't wait, right? Like, I mean, if people aren't going to wait, which they're obviously not, how do you hold them to that higher standard?
I get you protest and you tell them you're upset. I get that, but you got to do it legally. You can't be lighting stuff on fire. You know?
Okay, can I give you an example of something real quick?
Go ahead. Sure.
So we just celebrated Martin Luther King Jr. Day yesterday, right?
How'd you celebrate?
Oh, I went to work, unfortunately. But
Right.
What if he was like, I made a cake? like what do you think?
I don't know.
Like, what's he going to say?
Just wanted to see.
Yeah, he's like, I made a cake and I ate it. Like,
Sorry.
seriously.
Dumb question. Go ahead. Sorry.
but the point I'm trying to make is back then, I mean, everyone remembers Dr. King as a peaceful protester, right?
Yeah.
Like he did his job to try to make things as peaceful as possible.
Right.
To get his point across.
Right.
But if you look at political cartoons from that time, people displayed him or showed that or said that he was a violent protester. You can look back at all the newspapers that told his story, and they all said he was violent.
And then what happened?
Even when he wasn't.
And then what happened?
Well, obviously he made history, right?
Why
But
though?
the point is,
Why though?
we're kind of seeing similar things.
No, I want to talk about. I want to talk about. No.
But by and large, not all of them are.
Let's go back to MLK real quick. I get your point, but let's go back to MLK real quick. He eventually, they said he was a bad guy over and over and over. They used the media to paint him as the bad, all the propaganda saying he was violent, all this stuff, but he didn't. He marched in the streets. He made a point telling all his people, we are going to peacefully protest and we're just going to walk. And they got the crap kicked out of them. He eventually died for what he believed in. And then what happened is his voice was amplified because he died. He became a martyr, and people realized, oh my God, we just killed a guy who's a good person. So he wasn't lighting stuff on fire. His voice and his actions proved that he was a good guy. And eventually, after being beat on over and over and over, his people got what they deserved. Lighting stuff on fire and burning buildings to the ground and trying to fight and whatever, being a bunch of jackasses isn't going to get your point across. It's only fighting fire with fire in that situation does not work. MLK proved that.
I think what I'm trying to say is that the protests in Minneapolis are not all like that. And they're trying to make a view that all the protests in Minneapolis are violent. These people are, destroying their city. When a lot of times people are just protesting in the streets, just like MLK might have done. And then ICE is, instigating something. You could see it in videos. They'll just walk up to protesters, get in their face, people will call the cops names, which is totally within their right. And then the cops will just snatch somebody out of the crowd to cause a problem.
Okay. Do you think, I assume you're left of center, do you think that the news media is historically left or rightward leaning?
That's a good question, honestly.
That is an easy question.
Media, it's kind of split. It depends on where you look.
Is it though?
It absolutely is. Would you say that the news media displaying or showing Dr. King as violent was left of center?
I'm not talking about 40 years ago.
I'm talking about right now.
I'm talking about right now.
Talk about right now. No,
right now, I would say by and large, it's split. I mean, a lot of independent media is going to be more right leaning.
Why? Why is independent media right leaning?
Established media is going to be a little bit more
wait.
center.
Why do you think, statistically speaking, independent media is right of center?
That's a long conversation that I would have. That has more to do with. But really, like that has more to do with how the right views information versus how the left views information. That's a whole thing.
Statistically speaking, historically, over the past 10 to 20 years, media has been left of center, so much so that independent media has sprung up that is more rightward leaning to make up the difference in a competitive society. That's why I think independent media is rightward leaning.
Can I talk about that real quick? So you might disagree with this, but if you look back to pre-2016, maybe even pre-2015, I don't think people really had an issue with the big media, right? Yeah. Big media was fine back then, up until the 2016 election, 2015-ish, when Donald Trump was running, and he started this whole fake news craze, right? Fake news was like his catchphrase back then.
Right.
And so he sowed distrust with big media, which then caused all these small independent news people to spring up and start reporting, which the right ate up. They loved it because it was all they thought. It was like it was an echo chamber for them.
Right.
And the same thing with the left. The left has their own echo chambers too, but that's just their side of it.
Right.
And so now, even Fox News, like if you look at the right, people 50-50 on the right have positive or negative feelings on Fox News now because of the
definitely negative feelings about Fox News and CNN.
Dude,
it's just
terrible.
BS on both sides. But no, I think that to some degree, when Trump was spewing fake news, I think it wouldn't have gained any traction if to some degree it wasn't a little bit true that the news was leftward leaning.
They had a lock on the news.
So that over time has produced independent media that is more rightward leaning to compensate for their leftward leaning views. But Matt, listen.
Call in again, man.
I appreciate the conversation though. I love the argument. And
Matt calls in.
Yeah,
I can have a conversation with Matt.
Dude, totally chill. Yeah,
that's how you call. Right, everybody take notes. That's how you call in. We've been attacked by callers before. Yeah, this was a good Matt. Thank you for calling. We appreciate it.
Matt, you ever want to start your own podcast down here? I'll help you start.
I would love to, honestly. Do
you want to do it? Yeah, he's a reasonable,
reasonable
leftward-leaning guy.
I was going to say Joe's looking for a left-wing nut job. I mean,
right? No, Matt, dude, seriously, if you want to have a meeting down here, I'll come meet with you and Joe, and we can set something up, and you can start a podcast. You can go right after us if you want, or whenever you have time,
or take our time. Joe
I have to. We'll talk about it. Yeah. I have a job, like a full-time job and everything. Like I'm working right now. I'm just doing stuff in the background.
What do you think, Matt?
So we don't like what would work.
What is it? A government job? You total taking my tax dollars?
It's a private job.
Okay, cool.
Is it an ICE agent?
What if he's an ICE agent?
What if
that would be pretty ironic, though, wouldn't
it? All right, thanks, Matt.
Thanks, guys.
Yep. See you, buddy.
What if Matt's an ICE agent?
That's awesome.
Like he's just in his car right now. He's like, I'm gonna fuck with these guys so bad. I gotta get on a call and hang out with y'all a little bit. Yeah, man. Call in Friday, Jay. We'll be here.
He basically said y'all don't work.
Yeah, right.
Well, also,
Matt's like, I got a job.
While at the same time, he talked to us for a half hour while working on the job. So you could argue both ways.
We're working right now. I'm working. I'm always working. Hey,
Fox paid $700 million for lying. Janet, good point. Hey, remember when CNN?
Yeah.
Remember when CNN during COVID took Joe Rogan and when he had COVID and put a filter over him to make him look even more sick?
Yeah.
And then Joe Rogan didn't sue them, even though he could have and made so much money, but he chose not to. So hey, both piece of garbage news media outlets lie. There you go. There's your proof.
Ha ha ha! Not Matt being ICE. Right? Yeah. Seriously, takes a village. Yeah. I
turn that crap off and go outside.
What? ICE or Fox and
CNN.
CNN.
Yeah. Turn it off and go outside and talk to people. I would never watch that ever.
Before we go, quick, do us a favor here. Can you guys? We have 61 people. Do us a favor. Like the poll. We want to try something new. Like it. Like the feed.
Like the show you're watching right now. Go down below and give us a little like.
Follow the MLO Bros in Youngstown Studio. And do us a favor. Do something new. Share this to your page. Dare you. I dare you to share this to your page. You won't do it. You won't share this to your page. 62 people watching right now. You won't do it. You won't share it. Chickens.
I think they're afraid.
Do it. They don't want to be associated with us.
They don't want people to know that they're watching us.
The people watching us right now, they're like Europe.
They are. You're a bunch of goddamn Europeans.
They're like Europe.
So tired. Of carrying the weight of you people watching.
They won't share.
Not sharing us because you're embarrassed.
We're like the US in here, right? They're watching us. They're like, oh, but they don't want to be associated.
So here's what you could do. You can send us $1 down below.
Are we going to start asking for money?
I need to repay my student debt. So you're going to give us $1 or else you don't have to watch us anymore.
Sean, I can't. Sean says I have to cover my face first.
Right. I'm so tired
Change
of
your profile picture.
G-dang ICE agents watching at home, not displaying your badge number and covering your face. I am going to dox you. I am going to find you and tell everybody that you watch the MLO Bros.
Before you share this feed, change your profile name and cover your face on your profile. Put a picture of your dog or something. The American Eagle. If you're a Republican, put the American Eagle up there.
Yeah, the bald eagle.
The bald eagle. Do it. I love y'all Bros over there.
You probably should ask them to share it at the beginning of the show because now they're going to share it and they're going to see us saying goodbye to everybody. Like that was probably.
And you know what? Everyone's going to watch it and be like, that was a great show. They didn't
say anything bad.
That was fantastic.
Will it be the live feed or will it be the?
Well, if they share now, they're going to see the live feed, which is going to disconnect in about 5 minutes.
Hey,
but then the replay will be on.
Yeah, maybe wait until we're done.
Okay, Friday. Somebody remind us Friday to share this. At the somebody watching, somebody take a note because we won't remember.
Brenda's friends, thanks for tuning in. She just shared us. We want you to know that Brenda does in fact watch the MLO Bros. Kind of embarrassing. Not gonna lie. Super embarrassing for Brenda that your friend Brenda watches us, the MLO Bros. Two idiots that don't know anything we're talking about. It's just our opinions here. Thanks for joining us. Maybe you could watch us on Friday when we come back. But that's all I got for you. How embarrassing for Brenda.
Poor Brenda. Just embarrassed herself by sharing this. Angelina with a J says, nope, I want them to see my face. Angelina.
Thank you so much, Angelina's friends, for tuning in for a second here. We just want you to know that isn't it embarrassing that Angelina shared our post?
We just start saying stuff like
Angelina watches us.
Anybody who says, see Brenda Irwin watch. She actually showed this. What you missed, if you missed earlier, Brenda said she's a big fan of ICE. Loves ICE, loves deporting illegal immigrants. Just throw that. Yeah, we'll just totally absolutely hammer people down.
Thank you so much for tuning in. We really appreciate you being here. It is so embarrassing that your friend shared us.
All right, we'll do this Friday. Remind me the Friday. We got to do that right
in the beginning. Yeah.
God, during your initial Why are we so bad at this? Like we're terrible.
I think I'm pretty good at the pitch. I've gotten the pitch down. I just need to add some things.
You know it's coming on 6 years for us doing this in April. April 1st,
April 20th.
April 20th. Is that when we did it?
20th
was our first podcast
of 2020. April 20th, right after my birthday.
6 years.
Right after I got my mortgage license.
What the hell?
Let's segue into that, shall we?
Yeah.
Thank you all so much for watching. We appreciate you. The MLO Bros stands for Mortgage Loan Originator, brother.
Off. Sorry, Brenda.
That is the appropriate response.
Brenda, for any of Brenda's friends watching, Brenda actually is going to use us the next time she buys a house as her real estate agents. She's going to pay us a big commission. Also, she is also going to use us for all of her refinancing needs because we're loan officers and real estate agents. And hey, if your friend trusts us, you should trust us too.
If Brenda trusts us,
call us.
This might be fraud. Like, are we allowed to pretend like Brenda is
a fan of ICE,
unmasked customer?
Brenda is she has an ICE flag on the back of her car. She drives around. I love ICE.
We actually don't know that. We actually also don't know if Brenda's going to use us, but for financing,
probably not now.
Thank you for that.
Yeah, we actually don't know. Just full disclaimer, but we hope she will. So.
Brenda has my son's an ice agent on the back of her car, a little sticker.
I'm gonna find Brenda, put on the back. I love Isaac and Luke. But Brenda, if you want to reach out to us, we'll send you
Angelina
an
needs a
MLO Bros
house.
sticker. Can you just help me find a house? LOL, I need one. Angelina, I can help you find a house. We can start looking tomorrow. We can pre-approve you, and then we can help you find a house, Angelina, anytime where you're looking.
Rates are
Reach
low.
out.
They're dropping too, by the way. They're like 3-year lows.
What are they at now? It's 599.
5.9, right around there.
Yeah.
They went up a little bit. Like again, every time Trump says something, like I watch, it's like a roller coaster. But I mean, you're right around 6s, 5.5, so or 5.996.
Depending on your qualifications, so credit score, yada yada.
562 578 is my NMLS.
NMLS number's 1949316.
My wedding ring, because we've been dieting now for like 3 weeks now, dude. Look at that.
Let me try your ring on. Let me see how beefy your fingers.
Look at. I mean, I can tell I lose weight when my fingers get
Bro,
fat.
you gotta.
Dude, look at my finger.
Sausage.
I mean, put your hand up here. Do you ever see how big my hand? Like, can you see it? Like, how about you? Are you big? Don't get my ring stuck.
One ring to rule them all, and in the dark.
Give me the freaking golem. Give me the freaking ring. Is it bigger? Is it bigger than yours?
So much bigger.
Is it? All right, we gotta go.
The same wedding band?
Huh?
I think we might have the same wedding band.
No,
My wedding band's fancy, so I wear one of those silicone
Okay,
ones.
never mind. It looked like it from a.
Sorry, guys, we're totally screwing around right now.
All right, we gotta go.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. We'll see you guys on Friday, where we'll let Isaac go off and yell at everybody and piss Jerry off.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Thanks for watching.
Thank you for listening to this show on Youngstown Studio. This is original Youngstown content. Feel free to share our videos and tell your friends about us. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us